Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's trade ideas and signal. So, without wasting time, we will review our yesterday's trade, and at the same time, we will try and see what we can capitalize on for today. Okay, let me take this one out of the market. It's just me trying to do my analysis. So, these are the analysis that we did try yesterday, and I talked about how I'm expecting some kind of reaction from any of these levels. And I talked about four possibilities yesterday. This reclaim internal structure being possibility number one. And the first level of the internal structure, the first level the of the internal structure we picked on daily being my uh possibility number two, and the lower side, which is this particular level, the second internal structure that lies within the daily internal structure being my possibility number three. And I talked about how I'm expecting the fact that, okay, we can react from this level, the first 50% of the fair value gap that we have here on 4 hour, that we can kind of react from that level into the highs yesterday. And talking about that level, I said that if peradventure we're able to transcend the level above, then we can kind of have any level that is being created for us will be used as as our point of reference, point of entry, which we did have from this particular level. We close above this high, then we have some kind of retracement back, but this level was taken out. The liquidity was manipulated into this reclaim internal structure that we have here. Then we witness price going and moving higher from that same level. So having this particular level, if I thought first, this other block that was created immediately after the transition of price above this high was taken out, it was manipulated into our reclaiming internal structure that we discussed yesterday, and we were able to capitalize on the level into the highs. So because of the way I placed my trade yesterday from this particular level here, I was able to capitalize on the two because the my stop loss was not placed below this level directly. I let it go into this reclaim, which was luck anyway, because the stop loss of this particular, I mean, the entry point of this reclaim internal structure was my stop loss for this level here. But luckily for me, it didn't get tapped before it entered this before it continued to go into the highs. So that was update of yesterday. The TP of this one was eventually hit, and the reclaim internal structure TP also was about to be hit, but wasn't hit, but I closed it. Personally, I closed the trade yesterday. As you can see, the TP of this particular one was hit, and it remains small for it to hit, so I personally closed it myself. So, and that was it. Today these are the four possibilities I talked about. This one being possibility number one, two, and three in the market. And this particular level was the possibility number four I talked about yesterday. Now, if peradventure price transcend above this high, then whatever is being created for us be used to go into the highs. So that's that about that. So we hit two TPs yesterday, and the trade that we were in from daily, from the fair value gap that we reacted from that I talked about yesterday was gives me 1 to 4, then I close it at 1 to 4. So just for us to have clarity in the market and continue to have a proper expectation without any further something in the market. So what we're going to do basically is this. All this place has been leveled up. Even though I've said that I'm not going to be taking out all my position, wherever order I put in place will be there without any alteration. So wherever happen, I'm still leaving the others there in case because this is forming another impulsive leg for us. So what we're going to be doing is to kind of erase our annotation and try to see what we can capitalize on. Now we are at the right side of the market, and I believe personally there is nothing that concerns us on the left side of the market again. So reacting from this from the imbalance that we have here on daily, if we are just to use 4 hour and if we start from daily, if we start from daily, we will see we can just easily lay out our something like this. With this place being a strong low, which we are expecting it to close, and here being our strong eye, I mean weak eye, which we are anticipating price to do what? To eventually take, then we can see that we have some kind of reaction from this particular level here, the opening of the other block on weekly, I mean on daily. So that's our PDA level, premium discount rate. Then on daily, as we can see, immediately we tap the other block, we can see the kind of reaction we are having along the way. We initially thought we are going to have some kind of reaction from this internal structure, but the price was able to get into this particular level. And as we can see, we reacted from this fair value gap here, which lie perfectly with the opening price of our other block. And one thing that my mind goes to was, when we were trying to navigate through the price that we have here, it was somehow ridiculous, but it was the creation of what? Of other block. Now, we are creating another strong low. I believe money has been transferred from this leg to this leg now, and we'll be anticipating the closure of price above this particular level that we have here. So our weak high is where we are anticipating. Now we are at the right side of the market. Market has shifted. The money has been transferred from this level to this level, but we can't particularly say. We are only saying that in anticipation of this high being taken out of the market. So moving to 4 hour, navigating through this level that we have here, so we can see that we have a shift. There is a shift in the market, which is this particular level is a major market structure shift, major MSS, then we have a trend change from this particular level going upward. And here give us a major TC in the markets. Then from that level, we know using our structure, we know that here becomes our strong low, which we are expecting price to protect, and here becomes our weak high, which was eventually taken yesterday. But was there any proper mitigation of this particular level here? I believe personally that there is proper mitigation of this leg going forward. But there is something that we have within this leg. If we check on daily, we will see the internal structure that was created here and another one being created here. So moving forward, I can't totally say that money has been transferred from this level to this leg yet because we didn't have the 50% of this level being properly mitigated. But when price was going up, we can see proper mitigation. It was giving, let's check it through 1 hour. You can see that there is no imbalance that was left behind except this particular level that created a liquidity void within the 1 hour level. So having this particular leg here now, we can conclusively say that, okay, there is proper mitigation of this level going forward. But whenever we're experiencing something like this, we can totally say that, okay, we are within the creation of a daily leg. And that's the reason why we are not having the proper retracement into all the levels that we have here. That's the reason why we are not having the proper mitigation of all these things back into this uh because we are the creation of daily candle. So looking at that, where can we possibly say that we support price into going into the highs? We have this internal structure here. This is another internal structure that created yesterday because of the price that we experienced. So personally, I can be anticipating that, okay, this internal structure is supposed to give us something or support price. And as you can see, New York session just opened. I mean, London session rather. So London session just opened now, and anything can happen in the market. It can either be the continuation of this particular level, or so personally, what I'm going to be doing is to be picking this internal structure fully because here can serve as the mitigation block. But if we check on 1 hour, what can we see? We can see this internal structure lying perfectly above the daily internal structure. But for us to be on the silver side of the market, personally, I'll be taking this internal structure. It's my first level of trade for today. Okay, that's my first level of trade. But from what we are seeing here, I can't totally take this level as proper reversal into the highs. And mind you, anything can happen in the market. The price can just continue to move from this level because we are still in the creation of daily candles. So anything can happen from this level here. Anything can happen. But personally, using limit order, I'll be anticipating this internal structure on 1 hour to be tapped before we go into the high. Because looking at 4 hour, we can see this internal structure that was created until we close above it. Personally, I'll be anticipating this leg, we have this particular level here. So until we close above this side, I'll be looking forward to take whatever is being created for us within this particular level. This is another level here, but I can't totally pick it yet. These are all the levels that we can be anticipating in the market, but I cannot pick it yet because of what? Because of what we are expecting within below the something, below the price that we have here. So personally, I'll be taking my trades from number one, this internal structure, which is I'm going to be making 12 pips, and I'll be expecting to have 60 pips return, which will give us a proper 1 to 5. And this big gap level will be taken by me also. I'll be taking it. That's 36 pips. And I'm using don't want to do over analysis. 36 times 5 give us 180 pips in the market. 180 pips. So that will give us a proper 1 to 5. So these are the two levels I'll be anticipating for today. And mind you, all the levels that I picked yesterday are still in the market because anything can happen. Anything can happen. So we'll be having, considering these two possibilities today, plus this will be our possibility. Number one, this internal structure, and on 1 hour, and this internal structure on daily will be our two possibilities that we'll be considering today. And the third possibility that we can be having is if peradventure price did react into the high from this level that it has created here, then we can, whatever has been created for us, within this leg going forward is what we're going to be capitalizing on. So that would be our third possibility in the market. But using our limit order based on what the market is still doing currently, we'll be dealing with these two trades, at least for today. Because anything can happen. We have a lot of news that are coming up, and we can be expect we can be anticipating that okay, we have some high impact news coming up and some medium impact news coming up. So, but anything can happen. These are the two possibilities, and the third possibility is the whatever that has been created for us. But as you can see, there is no imbalance being created yet. So, whatever happens from this level is what we're going to be capitalizing on moving forward. So, possibilities one, two, and three, whatever has been created, leaving all the others that we have below here intact. In case of anything that can happen, we can have a price surge just like what it's did, and we can continue to just zoom into the lows. Anything can happen in the markets. So market leads, we follow. That's what we do it. And looking at 50 minutes, we can see how it's kind of reacting. And there is proper mitigation of all these levels here. If we are to do a minor structural analysis of this level, we can still see unless this eye is being closed above them, weekend. This is the only level that can determine maybe we've gone into the highs. But with what is still creating, anything can happen into the low. So have a manipulation into our levels here. Whatever happens here, we turn to our possibility number three. And that'll be all for today. Have a profitable day ahead. Thank you.